While they might never admit it in front of the media, Paris Saint-Germain know that this is Kylian Mbappe's last season at Parc des Princes. The young forward is all set to join Real Madrid and realise his lifelong dream of playing for a club he's supported all his life, and the Parisians might have already started looking for a replacement. Memphis Depay is being pushed out of Camp Nou, but the Dutch forward is not going to show any haste in making a decision about his future. While he might be done with PSG after this season, Mbappe is still focused on doing well for the French Giants, who are set to take on Real Madrid. Julian Nagelsmann has sent out a clear warning to Tanguy Nianzou, who he expects to quickly settle in the first team. The English Premier League's economic growth is set to reach unprecedented heights, with the new TV rights deal all set to shatter previous records. Before we get started, we want to share the sponsor of today's video. The OneFootball app is the ultimate football platform and is a must-have for every football fan, so that you can follow all of your favourite leagues, teams and players all the time right from your phone. You can be sure to turn on notifications for specific players to be instantly alerted when they score a goal or when they're involved in other breaking news. It is the best and easiest way to stay up to date with everything football. Click the link in the description down below to download the app right now. You won't regret it. The Premier League's economic growth never stops. Thanks to the money paid by the American media giants NBC, plus other international audiovisual players, the English Championship will cross the symbolic bar of £10 billion of TV rights from next season. TV rights in the Premier League are about to take a new step. Over the next 3 seasons from 2022 till 2025, the English Championship will for the first time exceed £10 billion in revenue. This is reported by The Times. Even in times of economic crisis, English football continues its forced march to ever-dizzying new heights, something to delight the key stakeholders. This new record was achieved thanks to the significant increase in international broadcasting rights. They're up 30% to reach £5.3 billion or €6.3 billion, and also exceed, for the first time, domestic rights that are shared between Sky Sports, BT Sport, Amazon and the BBC, estimated at £5.1 billion or €6.07 billion. Over the next 3 seasons, the Premier League clubs will therefore share a fabulous bounty of €12.5 billion. This is $2 billion more compared to the 2019-22 cycle, which is about to end. New proof, if any more was needed, that football is a separate entity. According to the media, analysts did not believe that new records could be broken in the midst of a recession. It is above all the growth of the American market and the signing last November of an agreement with NBC, which has exploded the international rights of the league. Already a broadcaster since 2015, the channel, through its Comcast TV network, again obtained the broadcasting rights of matches against €2.4 billion for the period 2022 to 2028. The bidding game with CBS and ESPN more than doubled prices. All in all, the Premier League has become a destination to be, and with new money coming in, we expect the clubs to really go for a splurge in the upcoming transfer markets and leave the other top 5 European leagues in envy. What will Erling Haaland be up to this summer? Will he join Barcelona, or will he move to PSG? Or maybe Manchester United have an outside chance? Everybody wants the Norwegian striker, but nobody knows what the player wants. This is the biggest question that's agitating the football planet. A few weeks ago, the Borussia Dortmund man revealed his refusal to give in to pressure from his club, telling him to make a decision on his future. To put things in context, linked until 2024 with BVB, the 21-year-old player has a release clause of €75 million that activates this summer. His departure seems almost certain at the end of the season after 2.5 years in the Bundesliga. Real Madrid, Barcelona and PSG appear as the 3 most likely destinations at the moment. But hey, it looks like Haaland has a thing for Real Madrid. However, it's the destination that seems the least possible of the 3 previously mentioned, because the priority of Los Blancos is Kylian Mbappe, and Karim Benzema has made it clear that he does not intend to return his jersey immediately. Therefore, Barcelona could win the bet. Except that Florentino Perez has not given up on the issue. As the German newspaper Ruhr Nachrichten explains, the president of Real Madrid has submitted an astonishing proposal to the Haaland clan. to negotiate the postponement of the release clause of the player to 2023 with Borussia Dortmund to stay an additional year there and then be transferred to Real Madrid to take over from Benzema. If he has a preference for Real Madrid, will Haaland be ready to wait another year? The mystery remains. Memphis Depay's debut had been rather successful at Barcelona, but the arrival of Xavi on the bench in November, combined with a recalcitrant injury and the recruitment of Ferran Torres, Adama Traore and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, cost him a lot of playtime. The Dutchman was squarely part of a list of players who could possibly leave this winter. His situation hasn't changed much since the end of the transfer window. The Blaugrana are going to need to make room and save money to achieve their big goal of signing Erling Haaland. According to Sport, the former Lyon man is aware of his complicated situation but prefers to wait until the end of the season before deciding on his future. Xavi's picks and Barca's sporting situation may still change by then. The forward is notably followed by clubs in Italy. Trained at Paris Saint-Germain, Tanguy Nianzou revealed himself to the senior side during the 2019-20 season, where he was able to play 13 games, in which he managed 3 goals, 2 assists in all competitions. But while he was one of PSG's greatest hopes, the defender has had a complicated career since leaving for Bayern Munich in 2020. First hampered by physical glitches upon his arrival, the central defender, who can also play midfield, then had very little playing time. And the arrival of Julian Nagelsmann on the bench of the Bavarians hasn't changed anything. While the ex-Parisian has only been given 5 starts this season, the German manager made a lucid observation on Nianzou at a press conference this Friday. Tanguy is a great talent, but he's no longer 18. Reliability should always come first. That's where he still lacks a bit. Sometimes he plays very well, he makes exceptional passes in the middle, very good openings, but he also misses obvious passes, like when he came on against Cologne. Of course, this lack of reliability is also due to the lack of rhythm, he first explained. But the German tactician admits that the youngster has a desire to do well, but at the same time needs to take fewer risks, because in his position, the margin of error is extremely small. While Nianzou has only played 562 minutes of first-team football in 19 months, Nagelsmann, aware of the player's great potential, has therefore not finished demanding more from a player who's got a lot of talent. A shot on target, a goal. For PSG, the game against Stade Rennais was a hard-fought affair, and as so often this season, the capital club had to rely upon Kylian Mbappe. The French international scored the winning goal in added time from a Lionel Messi pass. This was Mbappe's 21st goal of the season and 12 in the league. The young forward appears to be the only person at the club who has the ability to get his club out of the woods, and that bodes well for them ahead of the round of 16 clash against Real Madrid, a team he might be playing for in the coming months. And that brings us to the million-dollar question. Who will replace Kylian Mbappe at the Parc des Princes? Clearly, the Parisians are not going to let a departure like this be ignored. They'll want to bring in a perfect replacement rather than expecting solutions from within. There aren't a lot of players on the level of the French star out there, but there's still a few good options. Take, for example, Erling Haaland. Reports claim that the runaway league leaders are seriously considering the possibility of signing the Norway striker. The player's aforementioned release clause at Borussia Dortmund will be active this summer. While the transfer fee might not be a lot in the current market, agent commissions and annual salary package are what will make the financial package astronomical in nature. But have PSG ever balked at those kind of things? For them, money is just not an issue, and it appears that Nasser Al-Khelaifi will give sporting director Leonardo the carte blanche he needs to compensate for Mbappe's departure. While PSG are going to face some serious competition for the youngster's signature, the club's hierarchy is confident that they will be able to entice the player into signing for them. And while Haaland has been cryptic about his preferences so far, a lot can change in the coming months. Of course, Mino Raiola will play a key role in negotiations, and whichever club is able to satisfy the super agent's needs will get to sign a player who's definitely going to compete with Mbappe for prestigious trophies and Ballon d'Or awards in the coming years.